Military strikes near? Maybe. Meanwhile, producing the evidence, the Allies get proof bin Laden was behind the terror as the U.S. gets more support for a military strike. Defense Secretary Rumsfeld heads overseas to shore up some shaky partners. Growing outbreaks of anti-American fever in Pakistan, a country critical to U.S. plans, and warnings about possible new terror strikes against U.S. targets in Europe.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The United States today showed NATO partners evidence tying Osama bin Laden to the attack on America. This came as planning moves ahead for a military strike back in Afghanistan, possibly elsewhere, and possibly reasonably soon, but no one knows. President Bush is still not saying when a strike might come. However, evidence appears that it may well be coming soon. Our coverage begins with CBS's John Roberts at the White House.
From the Oval Office and around the globe today, signs that President Bush's coalition is mobilizing to strike out against bin Laden, and clear signals that for the Taliban, the time to hand him over is running short.
They must do so, otherwise there will be a consequence.
Mr. Bush continues to say there is no calendar for an American attack, but across the Atlantic, preparing Europe for what appears to be inevitable, if not imminent action, Britain's Prime Minister today issued what could only be considered an ultimatum.
And I say to the Taliban, surrender the terrorists or surrender power. That is your choice.
The blunt declaration was the strongest indication yet that President Bush is willing to topple Afghanistan's rulers to get bin Laden. Russian President Putin today reaffirmed his support for American military action. And the unified front among U.S. allies drew even tighter today after a top-secret briefing in which the White House laid out the case against al-Qaeda to NATO's Secretary General.
The information presented points conclusively to an al-Qaeda role in the 11th of September attacks.
Though the White House maintains it will not choose who rules Afghanistan, America and its allies today pledged if the Taliban falls in the war to get bin Laden, the West will work to restore stability with a broadly based government Afghanis and the region can live with.
The conflict will not be the end. We will not walk away as the outside world has done so many times before there.
The Taliban today complained that President Bush will neither negotiate with them nor show them evidence of bin Laden's guilt. The White House spokesman today said the president does not address Taliban complaints. Dan?
John Roberts at the White House.